What's up, everybody? Shooting Up the King here, and as you can see in my hands, I have the entire collection of Yu Yu Hakusho. This is the first one I actually owned, and this is the entire box set with every episode in original Japanese with subtitles. And then I also have the HD box sets that are imports as well. Covers most of the Dark Tournament Saga, all of the Dark Tournament Saga, and about half of Chapter Black. The reason why I'm showing this to you guys, I also showed you some of my Naruto stuff as well. Huge fans of both of these series. But before I go any further, as you can probably tell in the title, this will be a response video to the KingOfLighting's crossover battle, Yusuke Urameshi versus Naruto. I did a response video for his first one he did, which was Crocodile versus Gaara. He also did a second one. It was a Full Metal Alchemist versus, it was some other anime I didn't really watch, but again, I didn't really care too much about that one anyway, so I didn't really have an opinion either way. But this one is different, you know. This one has an actual special place in my heart, you know, being as though Yu Yu Hakusho is my second favorite anime of all time, only second to Dragon Ball Z. You know, that's what I grew up watching, is Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho. Those are my favorite animes of all time. I know everything about Dragon Ball, everything about Yu Yu Hakusho. Watched the series God knows how many times. That's kind of why I had to come out and do this this video, because again, I consider myself to be a very logical person, and I think I'm above fanboyism, and I'm very fair. And I just have, again, an issue with how he does his crossover battles. It drives me nuts. Like, it's almost to the point where, like, I need to wait before I watch these videos, because I get so enraged when I watch. Well, I shouldn't say enraged. I get so worked up about it. It's like I can't do anything about it because I'm at work. So, you know, again, I've been stewing on this all day, and I had to come down and do a video for you guys. Again, this one's going to probably be a little bit longer than the other video, response video, because again, this time I don't have so much. I do have an issue with the way that who the winner is, but again, I'll get more to that later on in the video. But I more so have an issue with how he breaks down the battle itself, and again, I'll explain. For instance, with Naruto, you know, he said that as far as strength is concerned, Naruto has the strength of a blue whale, and I was just thinking to myself, what the fuck, a blue whale? What the hell kind of shit is that? I mean, no disrespect, but I'm like, shit sounds crazy. You talking about bear, monkey, tiger, anteater, and all types of crazy shit. I was like, why do you have to make things so convoluted? Why do you have to make things so difficult? I'm like, just use a number system, for God's sake. It just makes things so much easier. And again, just say number 10 is as high as it can go, 1 or 0 is as low as it can go. And again, if you want to give a little bit more detail, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is, for you guys, I'm going to give my interpretation on how I would see this battle going, and I'm going to give my model on how I should see how these two fighters should be stacked up. And again, I'm going to give my opinion on who I think would win this battle in certain situations. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this out into separate situations. I'm going to keep this very simple. Attack, special attack, defense, special defense, special abilities is universal. That's how I'm going to break this down. And then on top of that, to give a little bit of extra information on it, I'm going to talk about special feats. And what special feats is to back up my numbers for what I'm going to say. Things that have been shown from each of these characters to cement why they should be able to do what they'll be able to do. And again, where I'm only going off what's been shown in either manga, movie, or anime. That's it. Manga, movie, and anime, if it haven't been done or hasn't been seen, that can't be counted. So again, we're not going to be adding in anything, well, this is possible if that happens, because I don't want to hear that shit. Because again, I feel like whenever you give specific information to people, a lot of you guys take that shit to a whole nother level. Talking about, well, if he can break an island, then he can punch into the epicenter of the earth and make the lava come out and just kill everybody. Bam, he wins. I'm like, look, we're not doing all that crazy shit. And again, I'm not also doing the whole, well, he doesn't have a chakra system, so that means that wouldn't work and blah blah. No, that's all that shit. You are affected by anything. So again, there's a point. To me, chakra, spirit energy, they're the exact same thing. Just like again, the whole One Piece thing. Again, it's all the energy, all the life energy is the same to me. But again, let's not prattle on too much about that. Let's jump into the nitty gritty of this battle. I'm going to start with Yusuke Urameshi. For those who don't, again, I'm not going to go through the whole bio. You've watched it in the KingOfLighting's video. There's no need for me to do that. And again, I'm going to cover, in my opinion, on what the situation is with Yusuke. Okay, the Yusuke I'm going to be talking about is all the way through to the final tournament in Demon World. Not the Dark Tournament, after he beats Sensui, and I think he's fighting Yoma. I think that's his name, the demon in the Demon Kingdom, to find out who's going to be the king of Demon World. So that's the Yusuke I'm going to use, his maximum feats and ability that he's used, versus Naruto, who is, at this point in time, up to Bijou mode. Okay, so let's start with Yusuke Urameshi. First thing we'll talk about is his basic attack power. And when I say basic attack power, I mean his physical strength, not including anything with spiritual energy at all. So I'm talking about his, and I'm sorry, one thing I did forget about, I do need to talk about is speed. Speed is definitely a factor in here, as well as battle prowess. And again, I'll explain that in detail later. Situation with Yusuke. Yusuke is very strong physically. I mean, Yusuke has been seen to punch through mountains. He's been seen to do extreme damage to superhuman level opponents. Case in point, Sensui, he's been able to land very damaging blows to Sensui, and as well as Yoma when he's fighting in the Dark Tournament without even using any sort of demon power, because again, Yusuke is half demon. His physical abilities far exceed any normal human athlete. Again, he's above supernatural. So on a grading scale, I would probably rank Yusuke on a scale of 1 to 10, with his physical punching power would probably be about an 8.5, something like that. Now, on the flip side, we'll talk about his special ability, his special attack power. And again, with his special attack power, that's when I'm introducing into his spirit and his spirit abilities, his special attacks, essentially. So anything that he's not using that's not a physical punch or kick or throw is what I'm talking about. Case in point, Yusuke really only has 3 moves. He has a spirit gun, or I guess you can call it a demon spirit gun if he's in his demon form. And then we have his shotgun, which is again, like I said, look at KingOfLighting's video. It'll explain all that stuff. I'm not going into that kind of detail. And then again, he has his, I think that's about it. Shotgun, spirit gun, demon gun. And, oh yeah, he also has the ability to channel his spirit energy and wrap it around his fist to make his punches, I don't know, I guess I want to say 30 to 50 times more stronger. And he also has the ability to deflect other spirit attacks by using his own spirit energy as almost a shield. So it has offensive and defensive capabilities as well. That covers Yusuke's attack and special attacks. Now, let's talk about Yusuke's speed. Yusuke is very agile and very fast. Now, I will say, again, that's probably one of the first things with KingOfLighting's video that I really had an issue with, is how he breaks down speed. Because again, in his Naruto, in the video he said with Naruto, that really got to me is that he tried to say that Yusuke and Naruto are on par when it comes to speed, which is fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, I gotta call bullshit on that. Yusuke is fast. Yes, Yusuke is very fast. Would I say hypersonic? No, not at all. I mean, there's nothing to show that Yusuke have that kind of speed. And again, what KingOfLighting said to back up that claim was, he said that Yusuke can throw very fast punches. Yes, Yusuke can throw punches, and to the point where his fists are invisible. That does not mean his overall speed is at hypersonic, which means his feet can move that fast. Yes, he can dodge at near near flash step. I would say near flash step, because again, when he fought Sensui, there was a moment where he landed a grazing blow on Sensui, and again, he almost to the point where he teleported and was able to do that. So again, but again, when Yusuke normally fights, he does not flash step around the entire field. That's not his fighting style at all. And it's not something that he can do at will, meaning that through the entire fight, you can shoot a spirit gun or you can shoot a beam at him, and he can just sidestep it to the side and dodge it with his speed. That's not how it works with Yusuke at all, because again, there was a scene where he's fighting Sensui, and Sensui uses scatter shot, his kickball, whatever you want to call it, and Yusuke wasn't moving at light speed to dodge it. He could barely keep up with it. He literally was just jumping on walls and trying to dodge it like he was playing dodgeball, as he called it. So again, to me, that would show that if he could move at hypersonic speed, he would not have had to go through the entire diatribe that he had to go through just to dodge Sensui's attacks. He could just, flash step through it. That's, to me, something that Naruto could do flawlessly in his not only in his Biju mode, but in his Nine Tails chakra mode. Okay, I'm going to keep it. Let's. But again, like I said, we'll get to Naruto in a little bit. Let's continue to talk about Yusuke. So again, to me, if I was going to break down speed, again, I'm not going to go all crazy like KingOfLighting did. I'm going to break it down from fast to small. To me, light speed is as fast as it gets. You have light speed, near light speed, sonic, or it's faster than the speed of sound, and subsonic right underneath that, and then Olympic level, meaning that a normal human at his physical peak could be, that's it. So for instance, Batman at his physical peak is the lowest on the chain, because again, anything above that is superhuman. Batman is not technically considered superhuman, but as far as humans go, there is no higher than Batman. Batman is probably the strongest, the fastest human being out there, with no powers whatsoever. So again, just to give you a scale again, we have light speed, we have right under light speed is sub light speed, then we have sonic, and then we have subsonic right underneath sonic, and then we have Olympic athlete. That's the lowest that it goes. Just to keep it fair. So on a good day, Yusuke would probably be between Olympic and subsonic, and this is why I say that. When Yusuke is in normal form, we have never seen him move at above a subsonic speed unless he was in his demon form. When he was fighting Yokon in the final tournament of the series, he was able to flash step and hit him with a demon gun at point blank range. But that was only after he gained his tattoos, his demon tattoos, and was able to boost his own speed and move at a superhuman level. Again, everything else with Yusuke is already at superhuman, but in this particular case, once Yusuke unleashes the demon form, he then goes to Sonic, to me, which is right there in the middle. When his demon form, he would go to Sonic speed, and he taps out at Sonic speed. So he's right there in the middle as far as how I categorize speed. Now, again, like I said, as far as like physical power goes, Yusuke is like an 8.5 on his physical attack, and his special attack is probably about an 8, or maybe close to a 9 in his demon form. And again, I'll get to that later, because again, whenever he turns into the demon form, his power is greatly increased. Now, the problem with his demon form is he cannot turn into a demon at will. He's only been able to turn to a demon in his most critical moments, meaning that when Sensui killed him, it finally awoke in his demon blood, which brought him back to life, which turned him into the demon. And again, when he fought Yoko at the final tournament, he was being pummeled, and again, it actually unleashed his demon side again. Again, something has to bring him to the brink before he can unleash the demon form. He can't just snap his finger and turn into a demon like Naruto can, as far as turning on Nine Tails chakra, or turning on his Sage mode, or turning on his Biju mode. He can do that at will. It may take time, but he can do it all at will. And again, I will get to that as well. Now, let's talk about Yusuke's defense. Yusuke's defense is ridiculous. This is where Yusuke shines. Like, in the series, I've never seen someone take the amount of damage that Yusuke Urameshi has taken and survived. This is where Yusuke shines. Yusuke's physical defense, I'm going to put him at a solid 9. Like, right off the bat. Like, Yusuke has taken some of the hardest, like, again, just look at the Dark Tournament. Watch the Dark Tournament. Look at the shots that Yusuke has taken and has gotten back up from. I mean, this dude can take a punch like nobody's business. And again, even his special, I'm going to also give his special defense also a 9, because again, we've seen him take spirit attacks. We've seen him take all sorts of attacks, and he just keeps getting up no matter what. This guy's defense is ridiculous. Here's the thing about Yusuke. And again, I guess once I talk about Naruto, then I'll actually get into this part, because again, I don't want to give things away too easily, too quickly, I should say. So in a nutshell, you know, again, let's go over the points again with Yusuke. For as far as physical attacking prowess, I'm giving him an 8.5. For special attack, I'm giving him an 8.5. For defense, I'm giving him a 9. And for special defense, I'm giving him also a 9. And for speed, I'm giving him Olympic athlete up to subsonic. And if he's in his demon form, he's at sonic speed. That's what I'm doing for him. Because again, and this is completely based off of what's been shown in the series. If anyone wants to contradict that or tell me otherwise, it needs to be something that was shown in the series, not some just made up bullshit that you just wanted to make up. I'm just being honest, because again, a lot of people like to do that, but I'm not doing that. So again, if it's been shown in the manga or the anime, then you can come at me with a valid criticism. But if it's just something you want to just make up out of some crazy logic, just save it. All right, let's talk about Naruto. Again, I'm not going to go through the full gamut of Naruto's abilities, because again, he has so many. But again, let's start off with a regular attack. And again, with Naruto, it's a little bit different because he has different forms. Like, Naruto can almost be compared to like a Saiyan. And when I say this, I mean Naruto has its regular form, where if I was just judging off his regular form, his regular punch power, it'd probably be between a 4 and a 5. And again, that's out of 10. So again, Naruto's regular punch power is probably at an Olympic athlete level, top of the class. He's a ninja, he's trained, he hits pretty hard, but again, he doesn't punch at a superhuman level as regular Naruto. He probably hits at like an Olympic level boxer, you know, Mike Tyson, you know, Chuck Liddell, something to that effect. He can definitely put you down, but again, it's not like he can punch a demon in the chest and blow him open or something to that effect. Yeah, he may be able to punch above rocks too, so I'll probably give him maybe superhuman, something around it. So Naruto at his normal phase would probably be about a 4 or 5. Now, don't get too discouraged, people, and don't start sending me hate mail, because again, I'm saying it this way for a reason. Naruto gets stronger based off of his ability that he can unlock, meaning his first ability is to unlock Sage Mode. Once he unlocks Sage Mode, his special defense, everything jumps up exponentially. And that's kind of how Naruto shines. So again, if we're talking about Naruto regular, but again, if we're talking about, and again, like I said, I can't, with Yusuke, I didn't talk about, when he unlocks the spirit cuffs and after training with, his master, because again, none of that, all that's irrelevant, because it's just growth. It's not like unlocking a new mode. The only mode that Yusuke can unlock, and it's only not even really an unlock, is his demon form. With Naruto, he has the ability to, use his Sage Mode. Then he has an ability to go into his Nine-Tails Chakra Mode. And then he also has the ability to go into his Biju Mode for about 10 minutes. That's where we've concluded that he can go into Biju Mode for about 10 minutes. And he can, in this particular fight, use Biju Mode. So this is, and again, the assessment that KingOfLighting did overall for Naruto was semi-fair. Again, I don't like how he breaks it down with, island, planet, blue whale, monkey, all that crazy shit. Again, I just like to kind of keep it simple. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say Sage Mode Naruto, his physical punching power jumps up significantly, probably to about a 7. Because again, with Sage Mode, we've seen Naruto knock people out with one punch. Like, again, and this is the thing about Naruto. And again, also in Sage Mode, his defense ability jumps up exponentially. His defense probably jumps to about an 8. And that's, keep in mind, that's probably in just Sage mode, because we've seen Naruto fall from a high altitude onto spikes and then be perfectly okay. Again, in his Sage mode, he's able to take massive damage and still be able to fight toe to toe with anyone. Again, the same thing would happen with Jiraiya. Jiraiya took multiple stab wounds, had his arm ripped off, all types of damage he took in the Sage mode, and was still able to fight convincingly against pain. Again, the same thing with Naruto. Naruto can take an enormous amount of damage in his Sage mode and still continue to fight. Again, then he can unlock even more power with his chakra mode and his Biju chakra mode, and again, he gets more power. But in his his Nine Tails chakra mode, which is just him being able to control Kurama's energy on his own without, and again, just like King of Lighting said, we're not using the Nine Tails chakra mode that's like when Naruto's not in control. We're not using that at all, because again, we're only using what Naruto is able to control, not what Kurama is using on his own. So that I completely agree with King of Lighting on that 100%. The thing with Naruto in his Nine Tails chakra mode, his attack power definitely goes up exponentially, and it's on par with Yusuke. It's probably about 8.5 or 9. And the reason being, you notice when he got into Nine Tails chakra mode, he was easily able to land a massive blow on Kasami, and also got his foot stuck into a side of a mountain. But at the same time, again, he was able to land a devastating blow. We've seen the moves that Naruto can use with Nine Tails chakra mode. He is definitely at a massive damage. He's able to deliver maximum damage. But where Naruto shines is his special attack. And that's what the meat and bones of this whole thing with Naruto is his special attack. I'm giving Naruto's special attack a 9.5. And the reason that I say this is because 90% of Naruto's moves are one-hitter quitters. And that's kind of how I wanted to talk about this battle and why I actually have an issue with what King of Lighting was saying. Naruto in his regular mode, no one has ever taken a Rasengan and gotten back up. Nobody. Again, the only person that I've seen able to take a Rasengan directly and live to tell the tale was Kabuto, and that's when Naruto first hit him with a Rasengan. And he was still out of commission just on Naruto's very first Rasengan. He had to use his own medical ninjutsu to heal him enough to be able to fight again. But in general, Naruto, if he hits you with that Rasengan, you're done. No one has gotten back up after being hit directly with a Rasengan. We've seen it in the Pain Saga, where he was in Sage mode and hit him with a double Rasengan. Every time he landed those shots, whatever that pain was done. Period. End of discussion. I don't care if it's Rasengan Barrage, Rasengan, the massive Rasengan. He hits you with that Rasengan square on, you're done. Period. Now and again, this is where Naruto shines. Again, I can tell you right now, if Yusuke was to fight Naruto and Naruto was to fight Yusuke in a physical fight, not really using spirit energy or using just fighting up straight up punches, Yusuke would murder Naruto any day of the week, any landscape, any situation. Yusuke would mop the floor with Naruto in a physical, straight up, knuckled out brawl. Because again, Naruto has basic ninja skills, but Yusuke being a brawler and being more experienced at just doing hardcore, straight up fighting. Again, look at when he fought Sensui. These guys don't dodge. These guys don't have battle technique that much. These guys just get into the ring with each other and they mix it up and they just try to beat the shit out of each other. I mean, in the final tournament saga, when Yusuke was going against Yoma, I think his name is Yoma. I'm probably fucking it up, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yoma, they literally were squaring up in the middle of the ring and just beating the shit out of each other. It wasn't no strategy. It was just two strong opponents beating the holy fuck out of each other. Again, Naruto doesn't fight like that, though. Naruto is known as the #1 tricky special ninja. And again, Naruto's not going to come into this fight and try to square up fist to fist with Yusuke. It's not going to happen, because if he did, he'd be finished. Naruto doesn't fight that way. Naruto uses his ninjutsu, #1, and he uses his massive chakra reserve. And that's why, and again, that's what I also wanted to talk about. I didn't want to forget. Naruto's special defense is bananas, and Naruto's speed. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is where Naruto's speed is concerned. And again, I know King of Lighting, I know what he said. He tried to say that their speed was on par. I think he gave it a draw, which was like, you fucking kidding me? Let's get one thing straight. Naruto and his not Biju, in Nine Tails Chakra mode, his speed is at near light speed. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When he was going against Raikage, and Raikage went after Naruto with his fastest punch with his lightning armor on, it is assumed that Raikage can move almost at the speed of lightning when using his fastest attack. Raikage is the second fastest character in that entire series, next to Minato, who is dead. So technically, Raikage at that point was the fastest character who was living, next to Minato. So again, Naruto was able to dodge his punch and move at near speed of light when you only saw a flash from his Nine Tails Chakra cloak. So to you to say that he moves at sonic speed is bullshit. Naruto in his Nine Tails Chakra mode moves at near light speed. And when Naruto in Biju mode, I'm going to say that Naruto moves at light speed in his Biju mode. Again, keep in mind, his Biju mode is only sustainable for 10 minutes. But in Biju mode, Naruto is at light speed, in my opinion. Again, it's shown in the ability that Naruto is able to dodge, to grab Guy and Kakashi and deflect five-tailed beast bombs that were over a widespread range. He was able to deflect everything away that quickly. And to be able to do that, again, like I said, you really can't make an argument that that's not at light speed. So again, that's just again, this is my opinion. This is how I'm going to say it. And again, also one big thing for Naruto, if we're going to compare spirit energy, Yusuke has a huge amount of spirit energy by the time the series is over, but it's not unlimited. Yusuke has been shown when he was fighting Yama to shoot off, and I think I counted, he shot off about 30 to 35 spirit guns before his tattoos were removed. And this is King Von. That was 30 to 35 spirit guns in demon form, when he was using a mixture of his demon energy and his spirit energy to fire it at Yama when he was using his shield. And I counted about 30 to 35 spirit guns that he shot before his tattoos disappeared and he went back to normal. So there is a limit to Yusuke's spirit gun. He cannot just keep firing it consistently. He does have a limit to the number he can shoot. And again, the more time he charges it up, the more dangerous it is, the more damage it can do, but it also takes more chakra / spirit energy. Now, Naruto's end, we all know Naruto has, as KingOfLighting said, 3 to 4 times chakra than over Kakashi, and that's just his base level. We're not even talking about his Nine Tails chakra that he has, that he can share with Kurama. Again, we're just talking about feats, because again, that's the best way to handle this. Like, Naruto in this war was able to start out by breaking through barriers, running all day and all night to get to the battlefield. And once he got to the battlefield, he was then able to split his clones into separate forms. I think he did about 5 or 6 to make sure he can go and hit every battlefield in his Nine Tails chakra mode. Keep that in mind. He was able to do that and sustain that ability. Because again, Naruto, the big thing about Naruto and his clones is that when he was in his normal form, his clones could take a punch and they would just turn to smoke. But by the time he's in his Nine Tails chakra mode, his clones could take massive damage and still not disappear. And then he can still do massive damage to other opponents and still use the full range of attacks that he would normally use without them disappearing. Now, again, this is what Naruto is at this point. Naruto's chakra reserves are probably the highest there is. Like I said, just like if you're talking about amount of ki, Naruto is like, again, he's been battling since they arrived on the battlefield, and he's used the Biju mode twice, and now we know that he's probably dangerously low on chakra at this point. But look how far this war has been going so far, how long Naruto has been in it, how many enemies he's defeated, and how many moves and attacks he's used since this war has started, and he's still in the game. It's ridiculous. Again, it speaks for itself. So this is overall my opinion on the battle. Yusuke would lose, and again, it pains me to say this, but this is why. Yusuke is not very. He's fighting savvy, I would say. Yeah, because neither one of them are intellectually smart. Like neither one of them are like intellectually on Shikamaru's level, but they both have really good fighting presence, and they both are battle tacticians. Again, you can get into a fight, and the longer the fight goes on, you can analyze your opponent, and you can figure out strategies to fight him. This is where Naruto shines. Because of the fact that Naruto's number of ninjutsu that he can use and the amount of times he can use them using the Nine-Tails chakra or Biju mode puts him above Yusuke in every way, shape, or form. Because the problem with Yusuke is he only has 3 moves. He has the shotgun, he has the spirit gun, and he has the demon gun. He's almost like a one-trick pony. It's unfortunate. Yusuke shines because, again, he's physically strong and he is a fighting genius. Again, if he can get in close and land some strong punches against Naruto, yeah, he could definitely take Naruto down. But the problem is that Naruto can create thousands of clones. So again, Naruto is a strategy. Of course, we've seen it every time he fights. He Kagebushi no Jutsu summons like hundreds of Naruto clones and is able to come up with a strategy like this. Is there anything that he needs to do ahead of time? Like, this guy can come up with the most craziest combinations without even thinking about it. In the heat of battle, he can come up with new moves, and that's where Yusuke is gonna have its issue. Because again, to me, it's not about who can punch the hardest or who can run the fastest. I mean, speed does matter, because again, it doesn't. Because again, classic Dragon Ball Z, Trunks was physically stronger than Cell, but Cell was faster, so Cell won. Again, it's written right there. Problem is that Yusuke would have a very, very hard time beating Naruto and his clones, because again, Yusuke has never fought anyone like that. He's never seen anyone with those kind of abilities, and those kind of abilities would throw Yusuke off, because again, he would really think that those people were really Naruto, and he would go after each and every one of them, because that's the kind of guy he is. He's a straightforward fighter. He's not a strategist. He's not going to run back and try to sit back and think, well, if this one's fake, then I wonder which one is fake. Naruto by then would have either dug one of his clones underground. He probably would have dove in the air, smoke bombs. Like, and this is the other part about the whole battle. Naruto's jutsus are all one-hitter quitters. So I will say this, because again, I wanted to make sure I get this out there, because again, the video's starting to run long. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. But with Naruto, I believe that Yusuke could probably take maybe 3 direct Rasengan, regular Rasengans, because of just his defense and the amount of damage I've seen him take. Because again, keep in mind that most people that take a Rasengan are done. I'm giving him the ability to probably take 3 direct Rasengans before he wouldn't be able to get back up. But here's the caveat: he would not be able to take more than 1 Rasen Shuriken. Rasen Shuriken is a one-hitter quitter. It doesn't matter who the hell you are. The only person I've ever seen be able to take a Rasen Shuriken was Nine-Tailed Fox, and that's when he took one straight to the belly and was able to survive. And keep in mind, this was a battle inside of Naruto's head, so that doesn't even really count. So again, anyone that gets hit with a Rasen Shuriken is done. It hits you on a cellular level, destroys your entire chakra or spirit energy network, whatever the case may be. So again, this people is all the same. Chakra, spirit energy, it destroys it all. So if Yusuke was to get hit with a direct Rasen Shuriken, he's done. And the problem is with Yusuke is that Yusuke is not the type of fighter who is patient enough to dodge every single attack. We've seen in this series, and again, you can prove me wrong if you want to, there has not been an opponent that Yusuke has fought that he has not been hit with their attack. It doesn't matter how far you go down the line, Yusuke has been hit with Hiei's Jogging Eye. Again, I don't think he ever got hit with the Dragon of Darkness Flame. They were already friends by then. But Sensui, he's hit him with all his attacks. Yoma has hit Yusuke with all of his attacks. Yusuke almost takes these damages and then comes right back for more. That's kind of how his thing is. He has such high defense that sometimes he's not even worried about getting hit, because he knows he can get back up. But the problem is that if Naruto hits him with that Rasen Shuriken, it's over. I mean, his whole system is done. He's paralyzed. He's done. There's no way to survive that. And again, my whole point is Naruto is going to start this battle, and he's going to go for the victory first thing. If he hits him with a Rasengan and it doesn't work, and Yusuke gets back up, he's going to go for the Rasen Shuriken. And again, he may be able to dodge one or two, but he's not going to be able to dodge them all, because again, Naruto has the mini Rasen Shurikens. He has the regular one that he can use in Sage Mode. Naruto just has such a plethora of attacks that Yusuke cannot keep up with his attacks. Again, like I said, on a good day, and again, I'm borrowing this from Deadliest Warrior. If they were to fight on the time of, on a count of 100 times to make sure there wasn't any lucky moves, I would probably say Naruto would win maybe 60 to 40, 60-40, something like that, with Naruto winning 10 more times than Yusuke would. Again, I'm not saying Yusuke couldn't defeat Naruto. I'm saying if Yusuke is playing, if this is a physical fight between just two opponents, Yusuke wins hands down. But if this is a fight that it would be where both sides are using their basic skills and what they're doing, there's just no way that Yusuke could stand up to Naruto's special attacks. That's where Naruto shines, is his ability to be tricky, his ability to think strategically while fighting, and his ability to use very damaging attacks when they hit. And we've seen that everyone Naruto's fought has been hit with his attacks. There isn't many people out there that can't say that they have been not hit with Naruto's attacks. Again, even if he throws the Rasen Shuriken and you try to dodge it, he can spread it out so it gets a wider area. So again, trying to dodge it is not as easy, especially if you don't even know what it is. This is two people meeting who don't know anything about each other. So who's to say that Yusuke wouldn't see his Rasen Shuriken come at him and wouldn't decide to block it with his Spirit Cuffs, and then it hits him and he's done. Because again, it's not one of those attacks that you can block. If you hit it, Rasen Shuriken is to be avoided at all times. It's not to be blocked. It's almost like Krillin's Destructo Disc. If Krillin throws that thing, if it hits you, you're cut. Again, just like with Nappa, if it wasn't for Vegeta telling Nappa to dodge Krillin's Destructo Disc, Nappa would have been finished. So again, you don't really know what it is ahead of time. So again, this is just my thoughts on it. Again, I'm pretty sure I've forgot some key points here, but again, just overall, like I said, I would like to see a little bit more structure with King of Lightning's videos and try to do things a little bit more fairly, because again, we all know he has a strong dislike for Naruto, so it's very hard to believe that he would give an unbiased opinion on Naruto just because we know he dislikes Naruto a lot. And again, this is coming from me. This is coming from a person who loves Yu Yu Hakusho, second favorite anime, and even I can say that just by looking at the facts, Naruto would probably win this battle. And again, this is just my opinion. So again, I want to hear what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with King of Lightning? It's all up to you. Comment in the section below. Definitely subscribe to my videos. I'm always doing new videos. This is Showing Off the King as normal, and you guys have an awesome night.